painting tutorial, and we are in class 10 of the Adi Lakshmi painting. I am Gomati Sivasankaran, and I've been taking you through this journey of Lakshmi avatars. And Adi Lakshmi is one of those 8 forms of Lakshmi that are known for all the positive propensities of life. And Adi refers to first. We know that now very well, and we are working on this Lakshmi, creating the baseline in the first couple of classes, and then blocking colors in the third class. Then we moved on to fourth and fifth and classes where we did the layer 3 that was giving a little bit of dark versus light. Then we moved on to classes 6, 7, and 8 that were just off the roof, going into a lot of depth and details. So now we are in layer 5, and we did finish one class in layer 5 that was starting with a lot of nuances in the face and body, hair and such. We did a lot in the last class 9. Class 10 is going to be continuation of that, so we are going to continue working on that, and I've been thinking on this. When we did the layer 4, I went on doing the face and body, and then the clothing and other elements, and then the third thing that we did was jewelry. But with the jewelry, it was a new concept that we introduced and tried to look at different forms of jewelry in references and such, and working on it. So now I thought it would make sense that we refine the jewelry, work on the jewelry in this class, and then we move on to other elements in the next class. Hopefully we will be able to finish it through. Let's see how far we go with it. So, and the first thing I wanted to do before even getting started with the jewelry is that the section of jewelry, or the gold that is falling off her hands in the picture, the original Adi Lakshmi picture, that's how the gold falls off her hand onto the plate in front of her. We haven't worked on that, so we will kickstart with that, and then we move on to working in other sections of jewelry. How about that? So just like the way we used smaller brushes and micro brushes or 000 brushes, that's exactly what I'm going to be using most of the time. Maybe brush numbers 1 and 2 also will come into a play to the max. I think we will stop with that. No big deal with that. For the for the jewelry, I think I will stick to. I have gold color. I think I've also mentioned in the list of colors that I'm using, and I have been thinking about it for people who do not want to use gold color, or are not having access to the gold color. How will they go about doing it? And that also gave birth to this idea that I will try to research a little more on jewelry and other types of jewelry and such. So I want to keep that going without the shine and the neutrality that we have with using colors itself, that we have built all this. So I want to use primary yellow, or what is it called? It's a permanent yellow, primary yellow, lemon yellow, doesn't matter. I will keep to that, and yellow ochre to portray gold wherever needed. And then of course we will work on this jewelry is like silver, I think, from the references looks like silvery, so we will work on gray shades and white, different types of white shades and such, black and such. So I think we will keep to that for silver. So that's how I look at things to begin with. Let's see how far things go today. I am super excited because we are just getting to the close. And as you have noticed that, oh yeah, it gets really quiet and you're working on minute details. You're just working on one single hair strand and one single element here. So that's exactly how the detail and nuances work. So just relax and let's take it in a way that we are going to just energize and positive with a positive mind, that we are going to give our total best today, like we have been doing so, and even more maybe, to see this finished, awesome finish, come up. Yeah, so with that positivity, let's get started. I have brush one. I'm going to take some yellow. I have permanent yellow, like I said, primary yellow, permanent yellow, whatever it is. I think it all gives a slight difference, but you're nearly there with representing gold, and a little bit of yellow ochre helps in the process. So I'm going to mix these two colors. Not in the way that we did the skin color in the last session, not too fluid, so no, do not take too much of what do you call, not take too much of oil, linseed oil, or any other medium. So let's survive on this. I have this color, so it's lightened. It is on the yellow ochre base, but there is this dominating yellow color here. So I have taken this and I'm going to start throwing in the gold from the. I want the center to be slightly white, so I will start here. And then I will build them, slightly stronger. These dots are going down, obviously directed towards the plate. Let's move this further up for you to see better. Cool? You're able to see the plate? Cool, we are there. We are there. So I'm just throwing in these like they are falling down here, and I'm using that color to drop in some shades on the plate as well. So let's move it one tad bit. So I guess this is fair enough for you. Yes. Let's take this. I'm just filling this in, and I'm also filling the plate, shading the plate. We'll come back with darker shades very soon, so be ready for that. And I am going to make this into nice circles now, small ones, big ones, so sort of showing up like uh, coins falling down here. Yeah. It's an amazing positivity. Yeah. She's just showering wealth. The first hour when we started, we had this blank canvas. We had this crazy idea, and look where we are today. Isn't that amazing already? So I have dropped down those. So I know where the shades have to be altered when we work on the flower and skirt and such, because these things come in the front, so there's a lot of work to be done there with the shading. So That's what is going to take a lot of time for us. It's not that we are going to draw anything new here. We already knew this was coming. And the pictures are very much refined. You know, like I said, when we started the layer 5, that the picture already looks complete in many ways. You know, we are still refining it in the manner that we give all the nuances, you know, a good go. So I have this done, and now for the darker shades I'm going to take burnt umber. Surprise, surprise. What am I going to do? So I'm going to just put in some burnt umber in between those circles and shade that, you know, plate, sides of the plate and such. So leave it like that, and then we are going to use the same burnt umber to go around in small circles around these circles. Go around small circles around these circles. Wow, what an explanation. But that's exactly what we are going to do. So let's take. I'm going to rely on my micro brush, whatever that is. Yeah, I'm going to date that in the micro brush and start going around these circles, coins, gold coins, giving them the edge. Wipe off with a paper towel or something if you think it is turning totally yellow, or you know, yellow ochre, because it's a very very, you know, tiny brush. We know that already. Yeah, we know how to do that, isn't it? So I guess I have some sort of circles made here in the plate. Yeah, so they are suggestive, and we need some more highlights. I can see that at least, you know, the baseline seems fit. It's going in the right direction. So some more work and we will get there. Now we'll have to do the same exercise on every single coin that is falling down from her hands, isn't it? So let's do that nicely. Give that shade on the circle nicely. We will come to the lighter shade also. We are never done. So it's a lot of work of minute detailing, ain't it? So let's do that. And I'm not giving the full circle. You know, if you see what I'm doing, I'm shading an angle like this. So I'm only shading one angle of the circle. So it looks like a semicircle that I'm shading ever so lightly. Or I'm trying to give the corners a shade with my micro brush. All right, few more coins to go. I'll stop here. Yeah. And I'm going to wipe this off to take titanium white in the same way in my zero brush, micro brush, to go over the other side of the circle to give that highlight. I want to blend that in slightly because I don't want it to look totally titanium white, you see. So I do this on every single coin. Okay, so let's see how things are now. Most of the gold coins here have gotten their, black and the burnt umber and light white shading on the corners. Still have some more to go. Right, so I think I need like, so this comes down, so it's helpful for me here to focus on. Okay, so I gave the last few circles ago here. And I want to use that, white circle in the center also, so I'm gonna go through that here. Not a white circle though, but slightly on the gold side, very light. So it gives the feeling that is, the starting point there. Okay, I guess I managed that, and I'm going to see if I need some more of this white in the yeah, in this part also. Let's do that. I'm going to shade some circles lightly so they pop out. That's a lot of gold coins. I really wish each one of you that is trying out this is just, flourishing in health, wealth, and all good propensities in life. The same way that we are working on this image. Awesome. I guess I have done fairly good enough. Let's see. I need the help of the darker shade to go in some sections to kind of accentuate the base slightly, and also strongly in some sections where the base of the plate is. Yeah. Guess I managed that here. Fine, I guess that's a good space for us to make a stop and proceed with working on the other jewelry. Let's come to working on the jewelry in her ears and neck. I think the necklace and the earring was like a elephant symbol that we tried to pick up from a German jewelry base, I think. Yeah, we need to refine it and give that nice shape. So I am going to rely on some titanium white, and I am not leaving it totally white. So whatever I have in my brush, the leftover gold, the burnt umber, whatever, lighter, slightly lighter. I don't want it to be the total white, the titanium white that it is. Yeah, and I'm not making it fluid. Um, so it's still on the white, but it isn't totally white. I'm just giving those lines a go. Because I don't want it to flow. I want it to stay um, in the spaces sharp. So I'm giving this another coat. We need to be aware that in just a moment we are going to come back to the same sections doing the black also. So if it is totally fluid, it's going to blend in real quick. We don't want that. So going into each and every detail of the piece. I'm filling in the white, and when we do the black, we can do some further enhancement also wherever needed. This brush either needs a constant wiping or constant, rolling on the palette to get what you're getting, because you cannot see much of a difference until you are using a micro, you're totally near it. Yeah, But suddenly, when you are being careless, this drops off something in the wrong place. Then you see, oh my God, how did that happen? So just be careful. Yes. I finished the earrings for relating to the white, and I'm working on the um, necklace. Hmm. When I was painting on my own, that is not for the tutorial things. I was listening to a lot of podcasts, which I continue to listen to also even now. But then when I'm going for a walk or doing something else, um, so that's something that I would suggest that you try, because right now you are listening to me and working, which is fine, because right now you are focusing on learning this in the tutorial form, so that's fine. But soon, I think it will be a good idea that you um, prepare yourself for listening to something interesting like music that you love, or podcast or audiobook or such. If you are someone that can concentrate watching a video as well, that is also fine. That is also a great idea. um, I am filling in the white in the bangles. I forgot the design of it, but let's go for the white, and then we'll look into the details. Um, while I have the white, I just want to be finished with it. Yeah. So I'm using the white. Okay. So I think I have used the white in the bangles and also the necklace. I haven't done work on some of her jewellery yet. I'm going to go back to using ivory black, the tip of my brush, and go for the details. Wish me luck. So here we go. And in some places I want it to be gray, so I'm actually blending it with the white in the sides where that elephant ear sort of a shape is there. I'm blending it a little bit and leaving it gray, and only drawing those stripes in the center of this jewelry piece with black. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. I think this works. Looks fairly decent, so I'm just going to go for this idea. it's going to be a little bit hard for us to work on the um, clothing after this, but I think it is also needed that we focus on the jewelry, and I want some space that is dry for my finger also to be placed. um, for the details closer to that, and it helps that we have it this way. But any which ways, if you do this, that will be difficult in the opposite way. So it always happens like that. So give or take, there's always a challenge with the detailing. Only other ways that then there's a couple of ways. One is that you have a faster drying medium, which I will not do. uh, because I'm sensitive to smell and I don't want that. And another way is that we wait for a longer time, so one step at a time, and leave it to dry for a couple of days and do it. Okay, so this one is going to make things slightly tougher that we have chosen this path, but the plus side is that we learn a lot from this exercise. Being patient, because there is no point in speeding up in this process. You gain nothing actually by speeding up. And also learning the technique of how to mix things and how to balance and such. A lot of learning comes your way when you attempt this in the same way that I'm doing. Right on that. Detailing. Yes. So I think I have managed to define that. I want to take a look at the pattern that we chose for bangles before we get to the necklace things. What was that pattern that I liked? The necklace was clear because it had this chakra thing. Or the bangles were, what are they? Okay, they are diamond pieces, so no, nothing big. Diamond pieces. Let's do this thing. So I'm going to take, to refine that white, I'm going to take this black, but then I will mix it a little bit with the white to turn it slightly grayish, and I'm going to give that grayish background to the uh, diamonds. And actually this was an inspired one. I don't think I have copied the exact pattern here. Okay, so I'm just going to do it this way and give it a very slight gray contouring for the bangles. And this bangle, you cannot see full of it because there's gold falling down, so just be aware of that. The gray contouring is good. Now I need to give a shine. So there is this shine that is to come from the bangles. So I'm just going to give a pinch of white on the top of it to leave it just like that. Need a little more white here. Let me pull up some more white. I want to take and load white rather. So I'm taking if I have to show you in the camera close, up close, just a minute. So I'm doing the opposite of what we have been doing. So if you see on the camera here, see here, my tip of the brush is loaded. So the tip of the brush is loaded with white, and I'm trying to push that. So it's going to actually look like it's a dot that is coming out of the body of the canvas when you take a closer look. But from a distance, it'll look like there is an effect there. So I want to do that. I think I need a little more of white here for this. And this white isn't a pure titanium white. I made sure that whatever I have, there is some color mix there. So it isn't a pure titanium white. Doing the same thing on the rest of the bangles. Leaving the color to form a kind of lump. So it's a lump actually. To specific what I've created, it's a tiny lump in the center of this diamond shape that I've done in the bangles. Yes, I think that is fine. And I want to do that, lump thing in these pearls also if possible. That is a little too ambitious because it's really a tiny place. But if you can manage it, to a certain extent, I think it will come up and look really nice. Yes, I think I have managed that here as well. Now let's focus on this chakra designs on her long necklace and also on her belt, and then let's move to the top jewelry. Yeah, let's see how we are doing with the time. Not bad, a decent pace. The chakra again, it's a silver jewelry, so we don't need the gold. I saw that it was the second picture in my German jewelry list, and it's got a lot of the black, and we already did the black. I'm just going to do the one on the hip to see. So if the black is already present, I don't want to redo it and just enhance the white shade or the slightly grayish white shade and do the chakra or the wheel. That way this is looking fair enough, and then we can refine only the edges of it. So the edges also have a white circle going around, and then there is a black circle, so it's slightly bigger than what I have done here. I can see this is exactly why I said let's do the detailing of yeah, the jewelry first. So let's do the chakras first. The wheels, and we will do the black as well, so it starts refining even further. So the wheels, and then there is a circle going around the wheel. and that is in white. Yes. So let's do that in all those chakras. So as you can see, I am taking in some of those ideas, but I am also, developing this here, not exactly a copy. So this is what I try to do. Whatever I like, I take it for inspiration, but most of the time I would have changed things around here. So ultimately, what you see is that this is a new thing that is coming up. So somebody has to, just you'll have to really map all these references and tell that that's how this came about. Um, in terms of creating your own ideas, if you feel that we're still having to use some references to work on this, there is something that you can always do, drawing things on your own, doing things on your own. But what I have really learned from these exercises is that wherever we are from, whatever learnings we have had in our life experiences, really transmits in the form of images that artists work on. If you are a wildlife photographer, wildlife artist, if you have lived closer to wildlife, then the passion really shows up because that's what you have seen. So you have taken impressions from some source somehow. Yeah. So and the concepts that I work on, since it's relating to diversity and the ethnicity and such, I do rely heavily on some resources that are authentic and that relate to that community or that religion or such. So I actually feel that it only helps to make sure that we are able to represent it appropriately, like a guideline. So I like this idea of references in my work. I have those circles done as well. And then there are small flowers in the belt that also need white. So let's go with that white and then come back to the black. And the small flowers, I don't know. I got. I don't think I copied exactly. I have taken something as inspiration. I'm just going to go back to the reference in a short while, and then. Oh wow, looks cool. Ah, okay. It's just small dots there, so nothing big. At least from where I see. 6 small dots and such. So I think we'll just give the white dots. They're not able to do much of the jewelry here because the gold coins are to be highlighted. So I'll just push this behind. I don't want them to be highlighted here, the belt. Okay, and I just wanted it to be small dots here because the flowers will be a little too much, given that we are working a lot on this chakra. So I'm making those nice pearls sort of a thing. Okay. So I'm only taking a sneak peek at those images in the reference, and whatever I have observed, and whatnot, So that way I just keep a balance of what I have observed and what I could reproduce here. Um, as an image, yeah. So I think I am done with the white on this section, the neck piece and the belt. So now for the black, and the same way, I don't want the black to be totally black also most of the time. So I'm going to take that ivory black and mix it a little bit with the white, lightening it up in a gray shade, gray tone. Slightly, grayish black, not too much watery, no oils, Oh, yeah, I have to just say, because there is also oil paints available that can be water mixed. I have started experimenting, but I have not used them for any of these painting. I don't know the life of them or how exactly that works. I think it is easy to clean, I must say. Um, yeah, but anyways. Okay, we are nearly there with one chakra, one of those circles, wheels. It's coming out neat and tidy, but it's all because of the micro brush, steady hand, micro brush. If you're struggling with a steady hand, the way I am balancing my elbows, it's on my thigh. You don't see that because the camera isn't placed really down. But that's exactly where I'm placing my elbow. But there is some place where I'm resting my elbow. If I am placed in a manner that I cannot, then I will use a stick or something to place this across, and I will rest my hand or arm there. Uh, that is really important for us artists to take care of this, because your fingers tend to tremble sometimes if you are working on this level of detail. And people who are naturally getting frustrated are mainly frustrated because of this reason, that you know hands are trembling with details. But over a period of time, with practice also, the trembling reduces, but at the same time your hands get tired as well. So I think there should be a good place that you can rest your arms. If you, for example, if you go to a dentist, he or she has to also work on such intricate details inside your teeth, mouth, yeah? And the way they rest their arms and elbows while working, it's so much connected to what we are doing in a way. Um, that dental chair is an awesome one, I think. I cannot afford that. If you can, yeah. Dental chair is an awesome one. I think I have seen many popular artists that are using dental chairs for seated, being seated in their studios and working on larger or intricate details and such. So if you do not have access to a dental chair, the the chances are that you're also trying to rest it in the way possible, and you know. Mm-hmm. I think I have finished those chakras. I just need to highlight the small little flowers. Okay. And then the pearls also will take shadow there, but very soon we will work again on that because yeah, the clothing, when we do the clothing we will work on those shadows again, so it's like working again on the jewelry part. Hmm? So I think we have refined the jewelry here on her body. The crown is pending. Where did I pick up that crown design from now? Really, sometimes I can be a pain. Uh, we didn't have a crown as such for this German jewelry. We did use inspirations from these designs. Ah, oh yes, of course, of course, of course. The necklace itself from the long chain. Mm. Again, silver, so let's use white and black for the crown, and I want to use this white isn't totally whitey, it's just mixing with another color a little bit, so slightly on the gray side, but it can not be seen here. It's all really minute, huh? As long as it is not pure titanium white, I don't, care what it is getting mixed with, because it will always give a shadow and shade. Pure titanium white can be, really risky at this point. It will look totally odd or totally bright. We don't want that. We want it to be slightly, a jewelry, a antique piece, slightly dull in its texture. And this we want to do. Yes, nearly there with the jewelry. We are working on the crown. I should have searched for some crowns for the German jewelry. I don't know. I haven't done that, but this pattern looks cool. That's fine. And I'm just adding few more shapes here because the shape that we have, or I have at least started with, it looks like a tomb, the doom kind of thing. And I want that older gold color that I used also to resonate and be there. I want it presence as well, to be present as well. So I'm just leaving it the way it is. Now for that black slightly mixed with white, so it's on the gray shade, to go over all these contours to give the effect of the jewellery. Ever so lightly I add that grey tonality in the rest of the portion slightly. So what I'm doing is that it looks like I'm filling in the rest of the places with this gray, but actually I'm not totally filling in. It is transparent to the extent that the older yellow ochre and yellow that I gave as a base, that is also coming through when you look at it at the micro level. I'm just leaving it so it's just giving that old antique jewelry's feel. Yeah, I just want that to happen. So I'm just shading those edges in that manner to to you know give that old jewelry feeling where there is a mix of silver and possibly a little bit of gold and such. Yeah, I'm just trying to give that. I just want another layer of this white to go through like this to refine that doom. To just give that base on her head, slight little line, but it makes a difference there. Some deliberately filling in ever so lightly because I want that gold color also to come through. It gives you the feeling. What color is that? I want the older layer to be seen. So I'm doing that. Yes, I think there is this flower on the top, so I just want to Yeah. Um, I guess I am going to make a stop with the jewelry for this. It looks like jewelry looks refined and it represents some character there. Um, and yeah, in the next class, we will continue doing those very concrete nuances on the shirt that she's wearing, and also her skirt, and the lotus flowers in her hands and where she is seated. So those one, two, three flowers, yes, three flowers, and these two colors, so three colors to work with. And then we will do a little bit on shadows behind her a little bit before we close this painting. I think we are really coming close to that. Keep your patience, we are reaching there. Um, uh, do share with me how you have arrived at this um, jewelry, what kind of jewelry you chose, because I gave a lot of options for you to choose from in the references. And tell me what you have been doing. Share your thoughts, share your concerns, write to me. You can also speak to me, have meetings with me if you want to share your painting and discuss what's going on and such. That's also possible. Support at theglazestudio.dk. Until we meet in the next class, stay blessed, stay happy, stay healthy, stay motivated. We are just there around the corner to the finish line of Adi Lakshmi. See you on the other side. Bye bye.